This is part 3 of making the most of your dashboard using the Alert Portlets. I'm Dave Naden with SAS, and this video is part of the Technical Insights and Expertise series. The final requirement is to observe alerts specifically on the following resources: the SAS Metadata Server, the SAS Object Spawner, and the SAS Environment Manager agents. We want to be able to see any and all alerts, but in particular, we want to focus on these 3 resources since they're so critical to everything else on the SAS platform. In the case of the metadata server, by going to the Alert Configure screen for that resource, we observe alerts that have already been defined, which detect such things as page faults per minute and timing calls per minute, excessive authentication errors, as well as a few others seen here. These alerts have been defined as part of the best practices in the service architecture framework, so they are there ready for our use. Going to the same alert definition page for the object spawner, we have alerts defined to detect error messages in the log, failed connections, user lockouts, as well as a few others, as we can observe from the details shown here. Now, notice that we've created 2 groups specifically to make our alerting configuration more focused. My critical SAS resources consists of just the SAS Metadata Server and the SAS Object Spawner combined into a mixed group. And we also have my SAS Environment Manager agents, a compatible group consisting of the 3 SAS Environment Manager agents, 1 per machine in our deployment. Let's look at the various ways we have of presenting and summarizing alerts. It's possible to get some alerting information from at least 5 different locations on the dashboard interface. First of all, the banner area of the interface shows the 2 most recent alerts that have fired within the past 2 hours only. Recent Alerts displays a chronological list of all alerts fired, the name of the alert, the resource name, and the date and time. If you want a close-up view showing all alerts, along with the option to acknowledge an alert or to mark it as fixed, then this is the only portlet that provides that capability. At this juncture, it should be noted that you can also view a complete chronological list of all alerts fired by going outside the dashboard into the Alert Center from the menu shown here. However, from here on out, we will just focus on the dashboard and the portlets provided there. The Recent Alerts portlet also allows you to set the time window and the maximum number of alerts to display. So, for example, you can specify that you only want to see alerts from the past hour, the past day, or even the past week. You can also tell the portlet to only display alerts above a specified priority. The main drawback to the Recent Alerts portlet is that if you have many alerts, or if you're not constantly watching your interface, you could easily miss some alerts entirely, or you could quickly become overwhelmed by them. Thus, there are additional portlets that allow you to organize your alerts to deal with these issues. At the next level of aggregation, the Favorite Resources portlet allows you to specify groups as well as individual resources, and it contains a column indicating total number of alerts that have fired on each resource. This may be of limited use since it only provides a total count of alerts, but no more details beyond that. Another way to focus on alerts is with the Problem Resources portlet, which displays all resources that have had any alerts fire on them, the total number of alerts per resource, and the most recent date time any alert fired on each resource. Notice also that resources having an out-of-bounds metric will be displayed here as well. However, you have to drill down to get the actual alert or sequence of alerts. And the portlet does not show groups, only specific resources. Another useful feature of this portlet is that you can specify the time window to view: 1 hour, 4 hours, 8 hours, 24 hours, or 48 hours. For many types of deployments, this may be the most widely useful portlet for showing alerts. One additional approach to alerting is to create what's known as a group alert. which fires based on the value of a particular metric for any member of a group of like resources, that is, a compatible group, since all members will share that metric. In this example, we use a custom compatible group called My SAS Environment Manager Agents, which consists of the 3 Environment Manager agents in our deployment. These agents all have a metric called time spent sending metrics to server, which we don't want to exceed a specified value. Since there are no group alerts defined by default, we define our own. Using the My SAS Environment Manager Agents group, we specify that if one or more of the agents in that group show a time value of greater than 100 milliseconds, then we want to be informed with an alert. Notice that this is a group alert, and no individual resource alerts have been defined based on this metric. Only the group alert can therefore fire. These group alerts can only be viewed in the Group Alerts Summary Portlet, shown here. In the example, the My SAS Environment Manager Agents group shows no resource alerts, as indicated by the green traffic light, but it shows a group alert as indicated by the red traffic light. This means that one or more of the 3 agents has had a sending time exceeding 100 milliseconds. There may be other individual resource alerts defined on one or more of these Environment Manager Agent resources, but if so, none of them have fired. As a contrast, notice that the custom group My Critical SAS Resources, consisting of the SAS Metadata Server and the SAS Object Spawner, cannot have a group alert at all since it's a mixed group. Therefore, the group alert's traffic light is blank. However, at least one of those resources has had at least one of its alerts fire, as indicated by the red traffic light under the Resource Alerts column. A final point to make is that if we fix any alert indicated in this portlet, then the red traffic light goes back to green immediately, unlike the other portlets which will continue showing alerts even after they're fixed, until the time window has been exceeded. In summary, we've illustrated several choices with examples on how to display alerts on the dashboard using the various portlets available, each with certain advantages and drawbacks. This should be enough to get you started. This is the end of the demo, making the most of your SAS Environment Manager dashboard. To view other videos in this 3-part series, click the demos on the screen. Be sure to check back with the Technical Insights and Expertise series for more information, demonstrations, and examples of additional new SAS technologies.